All right, following Thursday's sports wagering action, we're now 7-0 in our last 7 board member tier package bets on Pt.1. And the link for today's board member tier package bet is in the description section below. $1,000 bettors are up over $6,300 during that span. Now, the board member tier is an all-inclusive package that I offer on that website. And not only do you get access to my board member tier package bet itself, you also get access to every single bet that I give out on that webpage all the way through the end of February. Now, if you're not signed up for that, or, well, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'm going to explain a little bit more about it in just a moment. But before we go ahead and move on, just want to take a quick time out and welcome you to the video. My name is Brock Page, and I do sports picks for free right here on YouTube. I also sell my personal bets on BrockPage.com, and I have packages on that website starting at just $1.99. Now, the purpose of these YouTube videos is to provide you with free informational sports betting content, and it's also designed to generate interest in signing up for a membership on my website. Now, you may be wondering what the difference is between what I do here on YouTube and what I do on my webpage. Well, what I do here on YouTube is I'll handicap the entire slate of games in any given sport, side and total. And what I do on my website is I actually share with you which one of these free YouTube picks on my channel that I'm actually betting on personally. And with that, guys, let's go ahead and dive into some NBA action. We're going to start off with a couple of games here. We got an early game beginning at noon, so let's go ahead and get into it. The Celtics are taking on the Pistons, and that's going to be a 12:30 Eastern start time on Saturday, February 26, 2022. Boston's minus 10.5 with a total at 215. Now, the Celtics have lost only 2 games since January 21st. They actually went 12-2 straight up in their last 14 outings. They covered the point spread in 64% of those ball games. Now, when it comes to playing on the road, the Celtics currently lead the NBA in defensive field goal percentage. They're allowing fewer points per contest away from home than any other team in the association. When it comes to offensive production in this one, Jason Tatum scoring 25.5 points per contest, along with 8 rebounds and 4 assists. Meanwhile, Jaylen Brown, he's scoring over 23.5 points a game himself, along with 6 boards and 3 assists as well. And speaking of offensive production, these guys are actually in the top 3 in offensive rebounding per game. They're taking on a Detroit team who's 31 games below 500. And they also rank dead last in home shooting from the field. Now, Detroit averages only 102 points a game offensively, and they're making only 31% of their three-pointers at the Little Caesars Arena. Now, injury-wise, Jackson is questionable for the Pistons. When it comes to the total in this one, Detroit went 60% to the under in their last 10 outings. Meanwhile, Boston saw unders recently with Atlanta, Denver, and Orlando. I'm going to lean toward Boston minus 10.5 and the under 215. Next contest, it is going to be Grizzlies versus the Bulls, 8 p.m. Eastern start time. Memphis is -1 on the road with a total at 236. But as good as the Grizzlies have been here this season, they did lose their last 2 straight. They've also struggled shooting the 3-ball this year. As a matter of fact, Memphis is currently in the bottom 5 in the league in 3-point shooting on the road. Kind of hard to believe because they have been pretty good offensively, but they've been little threat shooting the long ball. Now, when it comes to head-to-head meetings between these two teams, we're looking at a Memphis team who lost 6 out of their last 10 contests against Chicago. So if you're into historical trends, you certainly want to think about that one there. And speaking of the Bulls on the other side of things, they're on a 6-game winning streak themselves. They've actually gone 24-8 straight up at the United Center this year. Now, shooting-wise, Chicago's leading the NBA in offensive field goal percentage. DeMar DeRozan scoring over 28 points a game, along with 5 rebounds and 5 assists. Meanwhile, Zach LaVine's drilling 40% of his three-pointers himself. He's also averaging 24.5 points a game. Now, the Bulls are scoring nearly 116 points a game at the United Center. And they're also in the top 3 in the league in offensive three-point percentage. Now, injury-wise, Caruso and Ball are still out for Chicago. Meanwhile, Brooks is still out for Memphis on the other side. When it comes to the total in this one, Memphis is 19-12 to the over when traveling this year. They also went 8-1 to the over in their last 9 outings at any location. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they went 60% to the over in their last 10 themselves. The Bulls are officially 19-13 to the over as the official home team. I'm going to lean towards Chicago +1 in the over 236. And with my next and final free pick for the video, it is going to be Spurs versus the Heat, 8 p.m. East. Miami's -7.5 with the total at 224. Now, the Heat's won 6 out of their last 7 ball games. They covered the point spread 5 times during that span. Now, Miami's also been really good in the FTX arena this season. They're 19-7 straight up at home, and they lead the entire NBA in defensive boards. Now, scoring-wise, Jimmy Butler averages over 21.5 points a game, along with 6 rebounds and 6 assists. Meanwhile, Tyler Hero is scoring 20 points a game himself, along with 4 rebounds and 3 assists as well. Now, when it comes to shooting the basketball, Miami currently finds themselves in the top 3 in the NBA in offensive three-point percentage. They're taking on a Spurs team who wins only 40% of their road games. They failed to cover the point spread in 7 out of their last 10 meetings with Miami. Now, the Spurs have also had their issues defensively this season. They're actually in the bottom 10 in guarding the field goal, and they're also amongst the worst defensive rebounding teams in the West. Now, total-wise, San Antonio saw unders recently with Chicago, Cleveland, and this very Miami team. As a matter of fact, 6 out of these teams' last 10 head-to-head meetings fell under the posted number. So once again, if you're into historical trends, plenty of unders to go around. Meanwhile, 5 out of Miami's last 7 fell under the posted total themselves. I'm going to go ahead and lean toward Miami -7.5 and the under 224. And with that, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on BrockPage.com. If you guys do end up getting a membership here today on my website, just keep in mind, you're going to get billed the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. So if you do end up getting a membership here today on BrockPage.com, you are going to get access to those picks all the way through the end of February. Although I do tell folks in every single video, the earlier in the month you sign up, the better. And guys, if you want to get access to every single pick that I give out on that webpage, you're going to want to sign up for my board member tier package. But most importantly, guys, got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, guys, happy Friday or Saturday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at BrockPage.com.